Hello everyone, it's DA here, and today on our build we are going to be taking a look at two heavy pistols. This is a javelin weapon combo that will work on every single javelin, but I will be making use of the Interceptor here. Now of course I'm sure some of you could end up using the Storm Javelin, which is going to be my second pick. Now there are a couple of things that we will have to keep in mind when it comes to a heavy pistol build in general. Number one is going to be weapon stats. Number two is going to be javelin components that has weapon bonuses. And then of course you have number three, which is going to be ability mods with weapon bonuses. So those three things are going to be very important. Now when it comes to weapon stats, you want to be looking for that crit damage, the overall base damage, that impact damage. Reload speed may be a little bit important, however, because we have other components that will reload weapons for us, that is not going to be a big issue. Now you also want to be looking for that stat boost to the overall javelin output, because that will also help your weapon damage as well. Now when you're talking about overall javelin output, this is a stat bonus that will affect the entire javelin, not just a single weapon. And you can also tell that by the javelin icon that you will see on certain items. Now granted, these are suggested rolls, but it's also easy to get this roll by just re-rolling masterwork blueprints for these weapons. Now I know that we cannot re-roll legendaries, but a masterwork weapon will still do. Now I am rocking two pistols right here, Avenging Herald and Glorious Result. I'm sure a lot of you have been rocking this as well, or you probably have it somewhere in your inventory. Now one is a single tap and the other one is going to be a double tap. I am wielding both of them because of the pairing bonuses that they give each other. Next thing is those abilities and support. You want to be looking for rolls that have the weapon damage boost or a heavy pistol damage boost. They will also have the javelin icon next to them, so you want to roll for those stats if you ever have those chances. In terms of component mods, this is where you will spend most of your time and get the most out of this build. There are new universal components for weapons now, so you will see components for shotguns, marksman rifle, auto rifles, heavy pistols, machine pistols. You will see all of that, and some of them will also add extra elements to a specific weapon type, which is one of the really cool things. For example, the one with a shotgun adds a toxin damage after a certain amount of shots, so that is very important because a lot of those things will either debuff enemies or give you an extra damage boost. Now another cool thing about this is that the overall damage output is going to vary per person due to your RNG. In fact, some of you will end up getting higher damage numbers than I did in most occasions. Right now I'm getting around 30k damage when it comes to that critical hit or that weak spot hit, so that is really not bad at all. And when it comes to certain low level enemies, I'm getting around 19 to 20k damage, so that is really good. Plus of course, if you are levitating, you also get some bonuses with some of these heavy pistols, so that's great. Now heavy pistol sigils will also be very important. This will boost your weapon damage by a 0.3 multiplier. That is basically a 30% bonus damage to your heavy pistol. So if you craft that sigil and use it, and if you've unlocked the gold portion of the challenges, that means you are looking at around, I think, 50% extra damage, and that is really not bad. That is really good. In all honesty though, this type of calculations will be a whole lot easier if we have a stat page, something that shows us the overall stats, but who knows, we may get that added in the upcoming update. Overall, when it comes to heavy pistols or machine pistols, they are considered some of the highest damage dealing weapons in the game. The only downfall that they have is going to be the range, and of course you have the recoil pattern. So if you can get some stats that adds range or a stat that adds negative recoil, that will be really cool. I have a negative 58% recoil on my build right now, and that is amazing. So if you ever get that negative recoil, then I will say that is a really good roll. Other than that, that is going to be it for this video. Try to see if you can roll for some high critical damage, some negative recoil, some overall physical damage, and of course you can look for things that will benefit your javelin in general. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you find this informative. It's DA signing out. I'll see you in the next one.